We had to do a lot more discussions on the budget, and it is AM Talk, of course. But let me just introduce my guest for the morning. I have James Apietuankra. He's a former member of Parliament for Lower West Achim. Thanks for joining me, sir. Yes, he's a member of the MPP, though. Were you in the meeting yesterday?
Member, yes.
Oh, you're a council member.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Then we'll have to at least delay the budget discussions for some few minutes and focus on the MPP a little bit. But he's in the studio alongside Josephine Adekoka. Thanks for joining me.
Morning.
He's the Greater Accra chairman for NDC.
So you should say we are all Santa Clausians.
And they all went to
the very good school.
Ogasco.
Hey!
Okay, at this school. Well, thanks for joining me, gentlemen.
Okay.
But MPP.
Yeah.
According to the news that we also rebroadcast for the latter part of the evening yesterday, you had affirmed.
Yeah.
What did it mean? That you had upheld the decision of the steering committee to suspend?
Thank you very much. Let me say a good morning to our viewers. What had happened is that the National Council took a decision, National Executive Committee, NEC, to suspend indefinitely former Chairman Afoko. Our Constitution gives a 21-day for whoever is suspended and things that he's been unfairly treated to appeal, to the National Council. This thing dragged on until a few days ago when former Chairman Afoko, the suspended chairman, brought an appeal. So there was a need to have an emergency meeting within the 21 days so that if there was any problem, he could still have a leeway to do whatever was needed to do. So an emergency meeting of the National Council was called to meet yesterday. When we got there, we were given a very bulky, the appeal was about over 30 pages.
You're making it sound as if you didn't like it.
Oh, no,
you didn't read it.
It meant that we needed time to, because you don't get to a meeting and you are giving a 30-page document to read and take a decision. So what eventually the council decided was that then we needed to adjourn to allow, so we adjourned for 3 hours and eventually reconvened at 5 p.m.
Because you wanted to deal with the issue the same day.
Yes, sure. So that's, like I said, because his 21 days was ending today. So there was a need to look at it and see if there was something that could have. So after the 3 hours adjournment, we came back and we started deliberation on what we had read and what people. So there were a few people, got the opportunity to express their views on what has been brought. And of course, if somebody says something, and that was what we were going to say, there was no need to also say. So at the end of the day, there was like an interpretation of whether the 21-day was to elapse before the suspension took effect. And we say, look, when you are reading a constitution, you must read the entire constitution, not just one part of it. And within the constitution, the disciplinary committee had the power to suspend you even before that they had.
So you're saying immediately the decision was taken, it took effect?
Absolutely. So when you are suspended, whether at constituency level or at regional level, if you are at the constituency level, the constituency executive says you are suspended straight away, even before they will refer you to the disciplinary committee. The constitution says they have every right.
Why is this coming up? Because you felt that he still upheld himself as the national chairman?
Absolutely. That's right. So at the end of the day, it was settled that his suspension was not to take effect after 21 days, but it could take effect as soon as regional executive says you are suspended.
So you took the decision, and so I heard it was 70.
Right. So at the end of the day,
in absentia.
Right. What happened was that we needed to make sure that there will be no ambiguity. So for the first time that I did that, we had to make people get up and be counted. It's not like somebody just will make you. So
that's intimidating. So it means that so you just follow the crowd and you are part of society.
No.
It could have just been a secret vote, so to speak. You write stuff on paper, yes and no, yes and no.
What people said, okay, who like is done normal on this issue that we've settled. Those who are for say aye, then you say so. We use a voice to decide. Most of our matter we don't.
But this one you didn't do.
This one was crucial. Even
and you let people stand up. That's
no. I'm coming. When we counted, people were still disputing the numbers. And again, there are some people who come in there, accompany either the flag bearer or doing some service for the secretariat. So if you just went counting, if you don't take you will count those people amongst it. So the non-voting members, there are people who are non-voting members. They attend because of some work that they are doing for the council or because of some work that they do for the party. But they are not council members, but they are there. So if you don't take and you just go counting, then you might count more people than they are expected, or somebody might slip in and so we said we didn't want a challenge for anybody to come and say, look, I saw such a person attend the conference, and that you probably might have counted him as part of those who agree or those.
Was there an intimidating atmosphere there? I'm asking you this because you were present in the meeting.
Yes, no. It was very cordial. Very cordial, very cordial.
Because so you gentlemen and ladies, was there a lady among you?
Sure.
Yeah, you all voted massively, so. And you made it public too, so that's why I'm asking this. Okay.
So that's it. So that is what. Yes.
What do you make of it as an independent person? Well, you can't be independent, though. You're with the opposition NDC. So, but you still are an independent observer, so to speak. What do you make of all that has transpired, and what the repercussions could be?
Well, let me say good morning to yourself and my senior Santa Clausian.
Thank you.
Our viewers out there. First and foremost, when I saw Kwabena Agyapong reading the statement, I felt very sad.
Why should you be sad? It's a decision taken by
it's a
National Council of the party.
You see, these are two very good friends who have suffered.
Oh, you mean he was reading the decision reluctantly?
No, not reluctantly. He shouldn't have read it, even though he's a general secretary. These are two people who have been vilified, right? And when I saw him reading the statement, I said to myself, oh, this country will never move on. If it's me, I would have said, please, for some decency or whatever, Afoko is like Bonnie and Clyde.
They are co-conspirators.
Co-conspirators, so to say.
But that's not fair.
So to say, Bonnie and Clyde. And then all of a sudden, Clyde is gone, and then Bonnie comes to read Clyde's demise. Unreservedly. I think it was in bad taste for him as a politician, right? He made a wrong. What he did was absolutely very, very much unbecoming of somebody who.
Well, he's read the statement already. It's past.
Yeah, so let's move on. But then, like you said, in this situation, the best thing that they should have done was to have a secret ballot. Because if people have to go with the crowd, and
because I was thinking, you have a meeting in which you had a flag bearer there.
Exactly.
You have supporters of the flag bearer inside, and you have already predisposed mindset.
Yes.
I thought it should have been a secret.
And here's a situation where people are being suspended and beaten up and that kind of thing, right? If you show dissent. So it was inappropriate for them to say, let's have a no, come on, we are all the game. Who dare you to say that, hey, as for me, I'm not. If it's so, you have to go with the crowd. My senior here knows he's a seasoned politician, and he knows how the game is played. Here, they wanted to make sure that everybody falls in line. right? But I'm just reading that Afoko is going to go. See, he went for an election. Now, what's the genesis of this problem? Afoko went for it, and before he even filed his nomination, he went to so many.
But that's beside the point. He went through the election. He won the election,
and he had won. And now
we have an organ of the party that has taken a decision against him. The criticism is that he's not obeying the decision of an organ of the party, which has been mandated by the constitution. Mr. Adekoka.
What is the problem? The problem is that people have opened secret accounts and have put money in those accounts, and that he is not privy to the accounts, and that's the bane of the whole matter. He was talking about corruption in the party, right? And these are people who want to run government, and if in their party they can't even bring to a good understanding. If a member raised, and most of their national chairman, he hadn't gone to kill anybody. Has Afoko killed somebody? No. Has Afoko insulted anybody? No. He raised a problem that he has encountered. The finance secretary and others are signing checks without his knowledge. And so let us address.
Those are the concerns he raised. But beyond that, all those things were put before a certain body, and they said he didn't have a case. And as a result, he was suspended. And the decision yesterday showed that it was overwhelming.
A political party can engineer a decision that they want to get if they want, and that's what they did. For me,
you think it's not a fair decision?
For me, it's not a fair decision. They've not treated him well. Afoko has not been.
But what does it mean now? Because it's the highest organ of the party, and these are the elders of the party.
Sure,
they have taken the decision. It means that it's binding.
True.
What messages are you sending out there?
The message,
even to those who are your ilk,
yes,
and those who are not.
Yeah. The message that we're sending is that everybody is under the rules and regulations of the party.
That's the message you want to send.
That's the message that we want to send. That nobody is above the rules and regulations. This is a voluntary organization. You take a decision whether you want to join. When you come in, you want to respect the rules and regulations that govern that organization. If you think that you are not comfortable with it, you
recuse yourself.
Absolutely.
Is that a threat to him that if you like, get out of the party?
No.
Wow, that's a very hard stance to take.
Like Chairman Obeda Samoa,
like the way he left. The general secretary of the party.
Of the party,
Mr. Joseph. So you are saying that's precedent. After all, it's nothing new. You are saying it's nothing new.
Obeda was not suspended.
No,
he lost.
No, Mr. Adekola, he's saying something legitimate, and we know that we have history. With the MDC,
he lost.
Prominent people leaving your party.
His chairmanship.
And so the MPP is also sending a message out there that if you have prominent people of the party suspended, that
he lost his chairmanship. He felt aggrieved and he wanted to form his party.
So here's the situation. Chairman, are you saying that whenever you lose your chairman,
your national chairman, right, raised a question of what is happening in your party, and because of that, he's been suspended.
There are rules. If you catch a thief, you're not supposed to.
So what did he do?
You know that the rule is that if you catch a thief, you don't beat them.
Just tell me exactly Afoko's crime.
Look, the rules I cannot recite.
In a nutshell,
is that he did not respect the rules and regulations of the party.
Regarding what?
Regarding so many things.
All right.
So many things.
You seem to very much concerned about what goes on in the MPP. But don't worry. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Former President Kufuor, was he present at the meeting?
In the morning, he came in the afternoon, and he said he was engaged. President Mbeki was in town, and that he was with him. President,
you accepted that excuse?
Why not? I mean, if he received that.
Are you privy to speak to us about some of the things that happened? I hear there was some altercation between the general secretary and some personalities. Is it true?
I did it after.
You never saw?
No. I don't think so. The only that there were, like I said, interpretations.
You swear oath of secrecy when you go for some of these meetings?
No.
All right, that's okay. Now, but we know that the budget will be ongoing. No comment for you, sir. The budget will be read by the finance minister before the legislature we have, our parliament. And so we're going to bring you a thorough preview of the budget and give you a thorough coverage of this very budget. But now we'll start the discussions.